Hey guys, are you looking for some gifts for your vinyl collector friends and family, or maybe you're a new vinyl collector and you need to start building your collection? Well, this is a list of holiday gifts that are appropriate for the beginner vinyl collector, and this is really accessories, things you need to help clean, organize, store your vinyl records. We're not really going to get into vinyl specific titles in this video, but let's start with cleaning. Everybody needs to keep their vinyl records clean, and it's a little more involved process than you might imagine. I've been using this record cleaning item for decades. This is called the disc washer. It's made out of hard wood and a soft felt pad. You put some chemical on here and you get it onto the record. They don't actually make this by disc washer anymore as far as I know, so I've got some links to a competing newer version of this. So check that out. You can buy it in kit form with 2 or 3 other items. This is a great way to clean records that are kind of dirty, but it's not as good as a wet clean. We'll get into a full wet clean in a minute. But for day-to-day just wiping the dust off a record, what you really need is a anti-static disc brush. This is just for gently wiping the dust, surface layer of dust off your record. This is not a deep clean. This is not used with any water or any other chemicals, but this is a nice thing to use whenever you want to get out a record that has just a little bit of dust on it, but it assumes that it's already been cleaned better. Okay, time for the granddaddy of all inexpensive beginner disc cleaning systems, and that is the SpinClean system. And I've made several videos on how to use this SpinClean. This is a fully wet immersive cleaner. You put the record in here and you roll it, and this one's full of water right now because I'm in the middle of cleaning some used records, so I'm not going to demonstrate it. But check out my videos on how to use the SpinClean. It's a little pricey for a beginner item. It's $70 or $80. Comes with pads, cleaning cloths, which actually I don't use. Comes with a little bit of chemical. You put water in it, or distilled water I should say, and you spin it around, etc., etc. But if you can afford a better cleaner, certainly there are nicer ones out there. My rule of thumb is do not buy a record cleaning machine that's as expensive as your record player. Okay, your record player should be at least 2 or 3 times expensive as your record cleaner. So if you can afford a nice turntable, a $500 or $1,000 or $2,000 turntable, then maybe you should step up to something fancier, like one of these ultrasonic record cleaners. There are some low budget ones for $400 or $500. But the nicer ones are $1,000 and up, $2,000 even, for the nicer ultrasonic record cleaners. There are also some vacuum-based systems like the Project or the VPI. Those start at around $500 to maybe $1,000, and those are really popular among the audiophiles who have nice record players and really nice records. So check those out. There are Amazon links below for most, not all of these items. So if you want to support the channel, hit those links. Let's move on. So how are you going to store your records? Inner sleeves and outer sleeves become a big deal when you're a record collector. This is an example of an inner sleeve that's got a paper insert. I'm trying to show it to you. One layer has paper to keep the thing firm, and the other layer is just pure plastic. So only plastic is touching your record, but the paper is just to keep the thing from kind of folding, keep it from being too flimsy. Here's what a record looks like. It actually has a nice inner plastic sleeve. The record shows through the plastic side. It doesn't show through the paper side. I used to get these from Disc Keeper. I don't see them on Amazon anymore, so I have links below to some other companies that offer nice inner sleeves. Try to get them in at least packets of, say, 50 or 100 to keep the cost down. There's a Mobile Fidelity one that's sort of very famous and very well respected by audiophiles. They're a little pricey, but beware of sellers on Amazon that call it a Mobile Fidelity style sleeve. If it doesn't say Mobile Fidelity on it, it's not Mobile Fidelity. But there are knockoffs and less expensive brands that work just as well, that are high quality plastic. You definitely do not want paper touching your valuable vinyl records, even if they're not that valuable. Paper can scratch and leave dust, and if you have decent records at all, you're going to want to get rid of the paper and put in a nice plastic inner sleeve. What about outer sleeves? Every record collector needs to probably buy a good supply of outer sleeves. Here's two examples. I've recently switched over to this clear plastic, let's see if I can remember the name, Polypropylene outer sleeve. It's very clear, very transparent, doesn't yellow. It's a little crinklier, but it lays really nice and flat. So I've been using a company called Big Fudge to get these, and link below for their Amazon store. They got a great Amazon store with all kinds of great goodies. But polypropylene, let me show you what the old style one looks like. I've got thousands of these that I would love to replace. Polyethylene. And you can see that it gets scratched and sort of grayish over time. And it just doesn't hold up as well. See? Look how non-transparent it is. What about cleaning your record needle? Well, your record needle really needs to be cleaned almost after every use, at least every listening session. I wouldn't leave the needle unclean for more than 2 or 3 records. So there's a couple of products on the market that do this. There's something called the Zero Dust, which I'll leave a link to, which is $20 or $30 depending where you get it. It's a little gel thing that you sort of dip the needle into. Another popular way to do that is with something called the Magic Eraser. This is a magic eraser that I chopped up like this. These are $1, $2, $3 at the grocery store. I don't think they make a great Christmas gift, so just sneak into the kitchen and chop a little bit off your wife's sponge and use that. But I guess you could make a stocking stuffer. My wife doesn't really love it when I give her cleaning products for Christmas, so use your own judgment. If you want to get something nicer, check out the links below to the nicer Zero Dust, etc. gel cleaners. But make sure you keep your needle clean, your records clean, your records well stored, well protected. This has been holiday shopping tips for the beginner record collector. Follow me if you have more questions, etc. And I'll probably get around to doing some videos on some other gifts, records, and other accessories. Thanks for watching, guys.